So, welcome to our 12th and final class for yoga for breast cancer. So I'd like you to take a nice comfortable seat for our pranayama. Make sure that you take your thighs, rotate them to the side. Feel your spine long and straight. You can relax your shoulders. Close your eyes. Taking a deep breath. Exhale with a sigh. Again, inhale. Exhale with a sigh. And a third time. Inhale deeply. So, as we begin our pranayama, take a moment to really allow yourself to be fully present in the room. So you might notice that you're thinking about 500 million things. It's very normal. Everyone does it. The great thing is that we do have the capacity to control that. So as you notice the thoughts coming into your mind, with each and every exhalation, allow them to drift off into the space, far away from you. And allow your mind to start clearing so that you can create a beautiful healing sanctuary. And you'll notice as your thoughts clear, your breath will follow and it'll start becoming slower and slower. You also want to notice your breath being very fluid. So other than the little pause at the top of the inhalation, at the bottom of the exhalation, you'll feel that beautiful flow of air coming in and out of the body. And then deepen your breath. So each time you inhale, bring in the full capacity. And each time you exhale, make sure you press your belly button in to remove all those oxygen molecules. So again, you're inhaling fully and completely. And exhaling to your max. So now you'll feel your breath very slow, fluid, and deep. And you can begin your Ujjayi breathing. So we do this by contracting the larynx, throat just a tiny bit. And you can even try inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth if that's easier. But you can breathe any way you like. And remember, once you hear those beautiful sounds of the ocean, your body can no longer produce stress hormones. And we actually start producing the endorphins that make us happier and healthier. And you can practice this breath anytime you need. So as this is becoming very evident, we also want to create lots of energy in the body, or actually just control the energy of the body. So you can imagine that there's a ball of energy at the base of the spine, and each time you inhale, imagine pulling this energy up the front line of the body towards the third eye. And each time you exhale, you're going to imagine it going back down the hollow column of the spine. So this will bring in a physical sensation as well if you would allow it to. So we're inhaling to feel light and energetic, rejuvenated, refreshed. Exhaling to feel very grounded, calm, and secure. So you might feel your weight coming back down literally to the ground. If you're having a hard time manifesting this today, inhale and remember anything that gives you a little bit of a head rush. And each time you exhale, you can imagine anything that makes you feel very connected to the earth. So again, we're inhaling to bring the energy up and exhaling to bring it back down. At the same time, today we're going to include the 3-part breath. So remember, this is the breath that you can slide your hands up and down your torso if you need to direct where your breath is going. So we'll start. Inhaling, we're going to open the belly, the ribs, and then lift the heart. Exhaling, the heart drops down, the ribs move back in, and then we pull the belly button in. So again, inhaling, the belly opens, the rib cage opens, and then the heart lifts. We exhale, the heart drops down, the rib cage moves in, and then we pull the belly button in towards the spine. So you can continue this at your own rhythm, dividing each and every inhalation into 3 different sections, so that the body learns how to direct the energy into whatever part of our body that needs to be healed. You're going to notice that some parts might be easier to breathe out of than others. That's perfectly fine. It will come with the practice. And don't worry if you lose your position. You can just restart. And today, we're going to set an intention for today's class about fluidity. So it's important to keep your breath very fluid as we allow the body to open and be free with everything that we've been accumulating in our classes. So after your next exhalation, you can release the 3-part breath. Keep taking deep, deep belly breaths. Keeping your eyes closed. On your next exhalation, you can let your head drop down towards your chest. Loosen your neck and feel your head getting very, very heavy as the stretch starts working down your neck, into your shoulder blades, and maybe right down to the base of the spine. From here, you can inhale and turn your chin towards one shoulder and start drawing little half shoulders, exhaling down towards the center and inhaling to each side, letting the neck loosen up. And take time also to notice where you're holding your tension so you know what to focus on. And if that's comfortable for you, bring your head into a full circle, keeping the shoulders low, moving the head slowly in coordination with the breath. And then we're going to change directions as well. Perfect. Come back to your center. And then we're going to remember our belly dancing neck. So we're going to extend our chin forward, round to one shoulder, bring the head back to the other shoulder, and forward. So take your time. It should feel almost as if somebody's pulling up on the crown of the head, so the neck stays very long in the back. And don't worry if it's not a perfect circle. It will come with time. And we're also going to change directions. You can laugh while you're doing this. Make whatever movements you feel is necessary. Good. Come back to your center. You can keep your hands on your knees. We're going to inhale, lift the heart for the cat and puppy pose. Exhale, round it to the back. We're going to do this a few times. Inhaling forward. You can even look up towards the sky. Exhaling, round the back towards the back of the room. And again. Good. Feel the spine getting more and more flexible and open. Then you can come back to your center. We're going to continue with our belly dancing chest. So we're inhaling to lift the heart, round the chest towards one side, open the shoulder blades to the back, round it to the center. Good. So we want to keep our shoulders more or less over the hips, the head more or less over the tailbone. As long as it feels good, you're going to be great. Perfect. So we're going to come back to center and change direction. So again, we lift the heart, swing towards one side, open the shoulders as we go back, and then start rounding to the other as we come forward. And feel how nice that is on the spine. Perfect. So you can come back to your center. I'm going to sit down on the floor for the next posture because I feel a little bit more comfortable. So we're going to keep doing circles, but go right down into the waist, and you can round the head at the same time. So just go to wherever it feels appropriate with your hips. and change directions as well. Very good. Come back to your center, and we'll take our strap. Just place it to the side. And we're going to take it in the right hand and place the hand between the shoulder blades or behind the neck. You can keep the elbow wherever it's appropriate for you. And then reach behind your back with your left hand to hold the strap as well. Good. Now sit up nice and tall. Bring your elbows back a little bit if you're able to. And then pull up and down at the same time with your hands to create a type of muscular work with the shoulders. So you don't have to pull very hard at all. Just feel the muscles kick in. Good. Take a couple more deep breaths. Perfect. As you exhale, you can release. Bring your hands back down to your knees. As we inhale, we're going to scrunch the shoulders up. Exhale, let them drop down. Again, inhale, tight. Exhale, release. And a third and final time. Inhale, squeeze. And exhale to let go. Good. Now we're going to take the strap in the other hand, so your left hand. Again, bring it behind your back to wherever you can. Reach behind with the right hand to hold on to the strap. Good. Now, bring your elbows back. Sit up nice and tall. And as you exhale, see if you can pull up and down at the same time with your hands to create a type of traction. Good. Relax your knees. And we'll breathe. Perfect. Exhale, release. Put your strap to the side. We're going to bring our hands back to our knees. Very good. And we're going to do a few shoulder circles here. So you can go frontwards or backwards. And then change directions. Perfect. You can relax that. Now we're going to bring our hands to our sides and we're going to do a moving crescent moon. So we've done many crescent moons. I'll show you how it works. We're going to inhale, exhale, go down to one side, inhale back up, exhale to the other one. So every time we inhale, we're coming back to center. Every time we exhale, we're moving side to side. And you'll notice that with repetitions, you might be able to come down a little bit more, allow your body to go wherever it feels appropriate. Good, we're going to come back to center and then let the arms come down. Perfect. So we're going to go into our eagle arms as well. So bring the arms forward about the same height as the shoulders. Sit up nice and tall with the spine. Cross the right elbow under the left. Then you have the option of just letting your hands go on your shoulders or crossing the forearms to bring your hands together. Good. So you can stay here stable if you like, or you can go up and down. To be inhaling the elbows up, exhaling to bring them down. So you just want to feel that nice massage between the shoulder blades. If you are moving your hands, try to keep them straight up towards the sky instead of touching the forehead. Good. Feel all of those tissues between the shoulder blades, releasing all the tension. And come back to center. And then we're going to do circles with the arms. Inhaling up and around, exhaling down and around. And then change directions. Try to keep your torso nice and still. Even if that means that you have to make the circle a little bit smaller, that's perfectly fine. Very good. Come back to center. Exhale, release. So we're going to cross the arms at the wrists. It's the left wrist over the right. Inhale, bring the hands up towards the heart. And then if you're able to, exhale, bring the hands forward to wherever you can. There's no forcing. And allow the fingers to stretch out, the wrists to release. Relax your forearms. And then relax your shoulders as well. Perfect. Exhale, release, and shake out your hands and your arms to make them comfortable again. Perfect. So we're going to go the other direction. Inhale, lift up the arms. This time we're crossing the left under the right, folding the forearms around or placing the hands on the shoulders. Good. Just do whatever feels appropriate for you. So you can start the movement if that feels good for you. Inhaling up and exhaling down. Take your time and work slowly with the breath. And remember, the movement should feel natural. So if you're pushing too much, let go, let it stretch out on its own. Good, come back to your center, and then you have that option of making the circles with your elbows as well. So we want to have it about the same strength as a nice massage. So you should never feel pain while you're practicing. Good, change directions. Remember, you're just drawing your mobility. Good, come back to your center. Exhale, release. So again, we're crossing at the wrist. It's the right wrist higher than the left this time. The fingers are interlaced, so we're crossing at the wrists, and the palms are together. Inhale the hands up, and again, exhale. See what you can do to move forward without causing any type of pain. There's often one side that's a little bit more contracted than the other, so there's no forcing required whatsoever. Just notice what you need to be doing. Feel all that tension leaving the body. Good, exhale, release, and again, shake out your arms and your hands. Perfect. So we're gonna go into a twist now that also moves. So I'm gonna get you to spread your legs. The distance doesn't matter. It's more just to make sure that you feel stable to move. And we're gonna take the thigh, rotate it out. And we're going to lift the arms more or less the same height as the shoulders, fold in the fingers and have the thumbs pointing up towards the sky. And we're going to work a little bit with our momentum. So you're exhaling side to side. Let yourself slow down. Perfect. Bring your feet together. We're going to just practice our butterfly. So we flap the knees up and down a few times to make sure the hips are very loose and relaxed. Good. So now we can come up onto all fours. While we're on fours, it's very important to have your wrists under your shoulders. And you can come up on the fists as well if you're having a hard time with your hands. If you do have your hands down, the index fingers are parallel, and then we spread the rest of the fingers out from there. Make sure your knees are under your hips and open slightly. Good. So we're going to take a step forward with the right foot. Check your alignment. The foot and the knee should be right over one another. Spread the toes out on the right foot. Good. Exhale, we're going to slide forward with the right knee. Inhale, we're going to straighten the leg. So we're going to do this several times. See if you can keep your foot pinned to the ground as you slide back and forth. And if you find it easy, bring your head down so you get a nice stretch in the hamstring. Listen in for your ujjayi breathing as well. And always make sure that you move in coordination with the breath. Perfect. Come back to your center. Press your belly button in towards the spine. Inhale, swing your arms up and over. So the hands should be more or less shoulder distance apart. We spread our fingers out so we feel the hands working. Good. Elbows fairly straight. Shoulders back and down. So you want to feel your shoulder blades sliding down your back and shift your gaze up towards the sky. So you'll notice if you have the right alignment in your leg, the balance is much easier. And also, if you're contracting your abdominals, the balance is much easier as well. Very good. Inhale. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart in prayer. Open the elbows up nice and wide. Inhale again. And exhale, we're going to turn towards the right, putting the left elbow, ideally on the outside of the right knee, and looking behind the right shoulder. Now, if you like, you can stay there, or if you're feeling strong, press your knee and your elbow together to help bring you further into a twist. And while you're doing this, make sure that you keep your shoulders nice and low. Good. If you feel like you're able to, you can go further into the twist with your exhalations. Perfect. As you exhale, unwind slowly and bring your hands back down to the floor. Good. Exhale, we're going to step back with the right knee. Inhale, step forward with the left foot. So again, it's always important to check your alignment. If the knee and the ankle are aligned, we lift the toes up and spread them out. And remember to grab onto your mat with the toes. That also helps keep the balance. Bring your belly button in towards the spine. And as you inhale, rise up with both arms. Perfect. Warrior one. So we're spreading the fingers. Shoulders are shoulders distance apart. Elbows are straight. We round the shoulders back and down to have a nice little back arch. So when this happens, you can feel the shoulder blades sliding down the back. And you can just shift your gaze up towards the sky. You don't have to lift your chin too high. Good. Take a few more deep, deep breaths, feeling the power of the pose. And then on your next exhalation, you can bring your hands to your heart in prayer and open your elbows nice and wide. Good. On your next exhalation, shift towards the left. So you're bringing your right elbow on the outside of the knee, ideally. We're going to take a deep breath, push the knee and the elbow together if that feels appropriate for you, and look over the left shoulder. Good. Feel that relief coming into the back. And whenever you want to, twist a little bit more, you can turn on the exhalations. And notice too if you have one side that you feel more stable on, if there's any way you can improve that. Perfect. On your next exhalation, unwind. Bring your hands down to the floor. And then I'm going to step back. Well, we're all going to step back with the left knee. And then I'm going to bend my mat. I don't know if you feel like you need to bend your mat too, because we're coming up for camel. And I find it's quite strong on the knees. So you could use anything that you like to help support the knees. We're going to bring the arms down by the sides. Feel the shoulders nice and loose. The tailbone comes down slightly. The belly button's in. And we turn the right hand to the side. Good. Inhale, lift it up towards the sky and lift up through the rib cage. As you exhale, slide the left hand down the left thigh. Just come into your crescent moon. Good. So we want to keep the hips fairly stacked over the knees, if it's possible. And keep breathing. If you have problems with your arm, you can bring it down by your sides as well. Now very gently, bring your left hand back to your left heel. Remember, you can tuck the toes under if that's easier for you. And then extend the hips forward. Good. And I can do some big circles with the right arm. So when I mean big, it's tracing, again, your mobility. Some circles might be smaller than others. There's no problem. And then change directions. Very good. Bring your right hand down. Press your belly button in. And inhale, come back to the center. Perfect. Left side. Turn your left hand out to the edge. Inhale, lift it up towards the sky. Stretch up through the rib cage. Exhale, slide your right hand down your right thigh. You can even let your neck relax if you like. Take a few deep, deep, deep breaths. Feel that extension. And again, notice which side is more flexible than the other. Good. Now carefully slide your right hand back to your right heel. Extend your hips forward. Make sure your neck is comfortable. And again, circles with the left arm. And change directions. Now, ever so carefully, we're going to see if we can bring the left hand also back to the left heel. Might work for some people. And other people, you might prefer having your hand on your low back, pressing the hips forward, looking up to the sky. So just do what feels very good for you. Take a couple deep breaths here. Good. Bring your chin forward, and we're going to come up slowly and go straight into child's pose. So extending the mat forward if you bent it, opening the knees nice and wide, letting the arms come forward and bringing the forehead right down to the floor. So allow yourself to melt down, releasing any tension from the low back. And make that special effort to really slow down your breath. Let it become more natural again. And while you're in this position, take a moment to press your hands against the floor to stretch your back out nice and long. Very good. Now you can start walking your hands towards your knees. Once you get there, you can tuck your toes under, straighten your knees, and keep walking your hands backwards. Good. Keep your feet about hip distance apart. Spread your toes. Make sure that your feet are working so you have a good solid base. Let your upper body hang down. Straighten the knees. It doesn't matter if you touch the ground or not. And then turn the tailbone up towards the sky. Good. Feel the whole back of the body lengthening out. So now you can soften the knees and inhale, come up nice and slowly. So we're going to be practicing our tree posture. So again, look at your feet. Make sure they're hip distance apart. Toes are spread out. We lift the arches of the feet so we feel them working. So we're going to start balancing on the right side. So you can bring your left foot so that it's resting either on your ankle, so just the toes are on the ground. You can bring it so that it's on the calf. If you feel like you want to go more than there, we can lift the foot and bring it to the inner thigh, but just totally avoid pressing it on the knee. Good. Belly button in, and hands to your heart in prayer. So it's easier to balance if you're staring at a particular spot. Good. And once you have your balance, inhale, bring your hands up and over your head like big branches of a tree. See if you can still keep your balance. So you do have that option if you want to have your arms down as well. Perfect. As you exhale, bring your hands down and then step your foot down as well. So we're going to go on the other side. Again, look at your feet. Make sure that they're nice and steady on the ground. And then with the right foot, you have those options again. You can balance with your toes on the ground and the heel just over the ankle. You can put it on your calf, or you can lift your foot into your inner thigh, depending on how you're feeling. Good. Once you're there, you can bring your hands to your heart in prayer. Perfect. Inhale, we're going to bring the hands up and over the head. So again, that's just an option. Just do whatever is comfortable for you. You can look at a spot on the wall or on the floor to help keep your balance. Perfect. Exhale, bring the hands down, and then step your foot down as well. So we're going to take a nice wide stance. So when we do this, remember that the maximum would be have your ankles and your wrists aligned if they're spread open. We're going to turn the toes inwards. And on your next exhalation, bring your hands down to the mat. Or if you have a hard time touching the mat, use your block to help support your hands. And then exhale, totally lower your head down towards the floor. So your legs should be straight. It helps keep your balance. And turn the tailbone up. Good. Loosen your neck. And feel all the traction working in the spine. Then when you're ready, bring your hands to your waist. Press your belly button in. And as you inhale, slowly come to standing. Very good. Turn your right foot to the side. So we're going to have the heel aligned with the center of the left foot to help keep our balance. Then we inhale, bring the arms to the same height as the shoulders. Very good. Exhale, we're coming into triangle pose. So the right hand comes to the right thigh in the front. Good. And you want to feel as if you're stretching from the heart and both hands are as far away from the heart as possible. Look up towards the left thumb. Very good. Take a couple more deep, deep, deep breaths. So both knees should be straight at the moment. Perfect. As you inhale, come up with your arms parallel. We're going to look over the right hand. And the arms are very strong here. Shoulder blades are back and together, tailbone down, belly button in. Exhale, bend down for warrior two. So we're sinking down into our hips. Good. Now, you have to contract your inner thigh. If you're not sure how to do that on your own, pretend like you're pulling your feet in towards center and you'll feel them work. Very good. Take a couple more deep, deep breaths. Sometimes we shake in this posture as the muscles build, so don't worry if that's happening. Now we're going to turn the right hand to the side and advance the left arm for the archer pose. So if you remember, we're inhaling, bringing the left arm up and over, exhaling to pull back on the bow. Perfect. Come back for your warrior two. Taking a deep breath. As you exhale, bend your elbow and place the right elbow on the right knee. You can really put your weight and sink even more into the hips if that's comfortable for you. Then our left arm comes up and over the ear if that's possible. Remember, you can always keep your arm down if you need to. Good. See if you want to sink down a little even more into the hips. Just go to wherever it feels good for you. Perfect. Now, see if you can roll your left shoulder a little bit backwards. Very good. On your next exhalation, bring the left hand down to the floor, then the right, walk the hands to center, and turn the toes in. Good, so we're gonna straighten our legs again, and exhale to come into another wide-legged forward fold, letting the head really rest down, turning the tailbone up. Good. So if you have your balance, interlace your fingers behind your head, behind your back, I should say. Straighten your elbows and bring your hands towards your head. Good. Feel the weight of the hands, helping the arms come down and stretch out all of those tensions between the shoulder blades. Then you can place your hands on your waist, press your belly button in, and inhale to slowly come up. Perfect. Other side. Turn your left foot to the side. So then we have the left heel aligned with the right arch. We're going to bring the arms up parallel. And keeping the legs straight, we're going to exhale and shift the left hand towards the left thigh, the left shin, in triangle pose. Good. Stretch out your arms from the heart. Rotate the right side a little bit backwards. Spread your fingers. Very good. Inhale, we're coming back up with the arms parallel. For warrior two, we're going to look over the left arm. Arms nice and strong. Pull the shoulder blades together. Exhale, bend that left knee. Make sure your left knee is still over the left ankle. Contract your thighs. You're going to take a couple deep breaths here in warrior two. Good. Now to prepare for archer, we turn the left hand to the side and advance the right arm. So the two hands are touching one another. Inhale, draw the big circle. Exhale, pull the bow. Perfect. Come back for your warrior two. Sink down into your hips, nice and low if you can. And on your next exhalation, bend your left elbow, let it sit down on your left knee, and then swing the right arm up and over your head for the side angle stretch. Good. So you sink down as much as you can into the hips and rotate the right side a little bit backwards. Good. Feel that strength building. And your next exhalation, bring the right hand down and then the left, and we're going to walk our hands towards center and turn our toes in for another wide-legged forward fold. So your next exhalation, let your head come down. Turn your tailbone up. Make sure you feel your feet engaged, and then bring your hands behind your back to interlace the fingers. Straighten your elbows. Exhale, let the hands come down towards the head, and then we're going to circle the arms. That's an option. If it doesn't feel appropriate for you, you don't have to do it. Change directions as well. Perfect. Exhale, bring your hands down to your mat. We're going to come into a squat. So lift up your right foot, your right heel, and turn it in. Lift up your left heel, turn it in, so your toes are pointing to the outside, and then exhale, squat down to whatever you can. If you're able to, bring your elbows to the inside of the knees with the hands together in prayer. Then we're going to open up the knees, putting the hands and elbows in a straight line. Good. So if you're still good, squeeze your knees in on your elbows. Feel your spine nice and straight. Very good. Exhale, we're going to sit down. And we're going to prepare for boat pose. So we start with our knees and feet about hip distance apart, belly button in, and we want to feel our spine nice and straight, shoulders relaxed. The first part of the boat is just lifting the heels and bringing the arms forward. So you want to feel your sits bones on the floor. Now, if that's easy for you, you can inhale, lift your feet up, but make sure that you're still on your hips. Good. We're going to take 3 deep breaths. Good. On your next exhalation, see if you can slowly come down to the floor. Very good. So now, take a moment to tuck your shoulder blades under your back. We're going to bend the elbows and bring them nice and tight by the rib cage to prepare for our bridge. Bend your knees and walk your feet nice and tight in towards your hips. Very good. So, to begin with the bridge pose, we're going to press our feet to the floor, lift the hips up, and then walk the elbows in. Good. Once the elbows are in, again, press your feet to the floor, see if you can lift your hips up a bit more, but keep the weight on the shoulder blades. So you can stay here just holding the bridge in this static position, or you can bring your hands under your back, interlace the fingers, and walk the shoulder blades in a little bit more. So again, you can just stay here if you like. If you want a little bit more movement, you're going to exhale and swing your hips to the right side. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, let them go to the left side. They might not touch the ground, that's fine. But we're trying to draw a rainbow in the air with the hips. Perfect. Come back to your center. Lift the hips back up. So again, you can stay just here. If you like, you can do hip circles. Exhaling the hips down and around. Inhaling up and around. And change directions. Perfect. Press your hips up towards the sky. Release your hands. Open your shoulder blades and exhale down one vertebrae at a time. Very good. Bring your knees up towards your belly and hold on to them and rock side to side, just to let your back be more comfortable. And take this time to let the breathing slow down again. Good. You can come back to your center, interlace your fingers over your right knee, and straighten the left leg down on the ground. Inhale. And exhale, pull your knee in towards your rib cage. Good. If your left leg is comfortable on the ground, flex your foot and press the thigh downwards. If you're ever having any types of stress in your low back, forget that and just bend your knee. It's perfectly fine. You can put your foot on the ground. Good. Now keep your left hand on your right knee. Slide your right arm to the side. We're going to go into a moving twist. So as you exhale, swing that right knee towards the left, to wherever feels comfortable. Yeah. So we're just going to keep swinging back and forth with the breath, letting the back really loosen and release all the tensions. Notice what's feeling like it needs the most attention in the back. And then on your next exhalation, you can let that right leg go down towards the left. And you can support it with any type of cushion if you need to. You can also put a cushion under your arm if you feel any type of stress in the shoulder. And then turn your head gently to the right. Good. Release any type of muscular work that you're doing and let your body melt right down to the floor. Now take a moment to adjust the level of the right knee to make sure that you're really targeting what you'd like to today. And then all you have to do is work on your breath. So you're inhaling and exhaling to your maximum. Notice when you inhale that maybe your right shoulder even lifts up off the floor as all the tension releases from the inside to the outside. Perfect. As you exhale, you can slowly unwind. Readjust your back and your shoulders on the floor. Bring your left knee in towards your belly and interlace your fingers over your knee. Now, if it's comfortable, extend the right leg down. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, pull the knee in towards the rib cage. Perfect. So, flex your right foot and also press your right thigh down towards the floor if that's comfortable for you. So, when I feel that left thigh moving down towards your organs, so it provides also an internal type of massage and helps the digestion. Perfect. Release the muscular tension. Place the right hand on the left knee. Stretch the left arm out to the side. And on your next exhalation, swing your left knee to the right. Inhale back to center. And just keep repeating a few times, really releasing all the tensions that might be left in the back. Take time to note everything that you're feeling and really focus the angles into targeting where you have those tensions. Perfect. As you exhale, bring that right knee towards the left and turn your head towards, the left knee is going to the left, to the right. And then the head is turning towards the left. Relax your body. You don't need to be making any more effort except for the breath. So inhale nice and deeply. Feel the rib cage move up. Exhale, let it release down to the ground. Very good. As you exhale this time, unwind onto your back. You can keep your knees bent. Very good. We're going to lift both feet slightly up off the floor. So make sure your hips are comfortable on the ground. And then with the knees as the focal point, we're going to draw the number 8 or the infinity side in the sky with the knees, massaging out any more tension that might be left in the back. Playing with the angles to really discover anything that might be in there. And then target all the tension with those angles. Okay, change directions as well. Very good. Come back to your center. Inhale, lift your feet up towards the sky. Very good. So we're going to point and flex the feet a few times to really release anything that's left in the ankles. And take time to make some circles. And then change directions. Good. Let your feet rest. Press your belly button in towards the spine. And on your next exhalation, either lower one leg or both legs down to the floor. So you can do one leg at a time or both, depending on how you're feeling. Perfect. So you can get ready for your Savasana now if you'd like to prop yourself up with any pillows or use a blanket. Make sure you're at the most comfortable as possible. So if your arms are down on the ground, take a moment to shift your palms so they're facing the sky. Close your eyes. If you need to shift anything, feel free. And with each and every exhalation, notice the back of your body melting down towards your mat. And as you start drifting into that deep, deep relaxation, take time to feel all of the vibration, the circulation, everything that's happening in your body right now. And we're going to have some help from our mind to bring us to our optimum health. So I'd like you to begin by imagining each and every cell in your body starting to vibrate at its perfect rhythm. And feel what that vibration does in your body. Feel the strength coming back into your muscles. Notice your heartbeat, that perfect heartbeat. Feel all of your organs working at their maximum. And feel your body as if it's able to do anything you can imagine in this very moment. Allow yourself to feel your perfect health. You can even imagine if you could see yourself from the outside, that beautiful glow of energy, that vibration that people carry. Imagine looking at yourself and feeling the circulation, feeling the energy, and then let it permeate into each and every molecule of your body. And as you begin feeling your perfect health, feel thankful. Thank you. Thanks for all of the love and support that you've gotten. Thank you for taking the time to allow yourself to heal and do everything that you needed to do. Feel your strength in being able to do that. And feel the gratitude for having that strength. Feel happy to have more time to spend with friends and family. To spend time in the beautiful nature. And feel that gratitude to do whatever it is that you like to do. And feel all of the support from all of those who've already practiced these classes, who are practicing yoga around the world, as all the energy unites and we become one. So you can always feel gratitude for having that universal support. And as you're resting in this beautiful, healthy sanctuary, remember that you can find this anytime that you ever need. It's a beautiful memory we share, and you can access it anytime, any day. And keep noticing you're vibrating at that perfect health. So very slowly, we're going to start bringing our consciousness back into our bodies. So you can wiggle your fingers and your toes. Stretch your arms up and over your head and take a deep, deep stretch. You can also stretch down one side and then the other. And holding on to that nice state of relaxation, you can bend your legs at your knees and roll over on the fetal position. You can even keep your eyes closed as you like. And as you inhale, press your left hand to the floor to help come into a seated position, whichever you like. Good. Feel your spine long and straight. Relax your shoulders. Make sure your head is balanced over your hips. And bring your hands to your heart in prayer. So we'll chant Om to end our session. Taking a deep breath. Thank you very much. Namaste. Thank you so much for practicing with me, and I wish you health and happiness forever.